Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the book of Ecclesiastes. This is a book written by Solomon, and it deals with the futility of life if God is not there, if God is not real, if existence is just on the earthly plane. And he begins in the first chapter by telling us the reason he's writing this book. He says in verse 12, I, the preacher, was king over Israel in Jerusalem, and I set my heart to seek and search out by wisdom concerning all that is done under heaven. This burdensome task God has given to the sons of men, by which they may be exercised. I have seen all the works that are done under the sun, and indeed all is vanity and grasping for the wind. Solomon will continue this theme throughout this book, that in the end, nothing has any meaning because we die. And because we die in this world, it doesn't matter if you're rich or you're poor, or if you led a good life or a bad life, or if you had a comfortable life or a difficult life. In the end, since everyone dies, everything we do is forgotten over time and of no real consequence. And this is the point of view looking out from just the parentheses in which we live in time. If there was nothing greater, if there was not an afterlife, if there was not a God, if our life just ran along this horizontal axis of time, from the beginning of our life to the end of our life, then really what Solomon observed would be completely true. It doesn't really matter. But there is a God, and he will acknowledge this in the book. And because there's a God that is greater than this life and provides for us a life that is after this life, an eternal life where one can enjoy what one builds and can have relationships that continue beyond the number of years that we have in life, then there becomes a beautiful meaning and a purpose to all life. It's an amazing book to read, and I think we're going to enjoy going through these things. And I just want you to think about the idea of this whole life being vanity and grasping for the wind if God isn't a part of it. Now, why is Solomon making this point to us? Well, one is that if you want to live a life without God, then that life has no meaning, has no purpose. And for those of us who are living a life where we've come to know God by the grace that is accorded to us through the work that Jesus Christ accomplished on Calvary, then it is a stark reminder for us that nothing in this life is worth trying to hold on to anyway, that our focus and our planning and our heart and our treasure should be in the life that is to come. Now, that doesn't mean that we ignore the things in this life, but that we don't hold on to them tightly, that we remember that everything here is just an opportunity for us to fulfill God's will in living a life that pleases Him and introduces others to the gospel of Jesus Christ. Whether we make $1 or $1 million, that's not going to matter in the next life. But what's going to matter is what we did for Jesus Christ. And when we live a life in harmony with Him, when we become His children, then purpose and meaning is infused even into this vain life that we have now, because the things that you do are going to have eternal consequences. It's something wonderful to remember. Have a great day, guys. Bye.